Texas lawmakers are coming into session today with a $24 billion surplus that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says could be used for property tax relief. This is Tuesday, January 14th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for spending part of your Tuesday here with the Texas Minute. The 89th session of the Texas legislature kicks off at noon today, but you can catch me and Brandon Waltons live from the Capitol at 9 a.m. on The Advance. That's a new weekly show we'll be doing to talk about what's coming up in the Lone Star State. Again, the show will be live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Let's get into today's news. Yesterday morning, Governor Greg Abbott directed all flags at the Texas Capitol and state buildings to be raised to full staff on January 20th in honor of President Donald Trump's inauguration. The Biden administration had ordered flags to be flown at half-staff nationwide for 30 days to honor Jimmy Carter's legacy. The overlap of this mourning period with Inauguration Day sparked debate over whether flags remain lowered or be raised for the inauguration. In his announcement, Governor Abbott addressed both the need to honor Carter's legacy and the significance of Inauguration Day as an important celebration for the country. Conservative activist Bonnie Wallace's letter urging Governor Greg Abbott to fast-track legislation that would protect children from sexually explicit material has more than 6,200 signatories from across the state. The letter's been signed by individuals in 238 of the state's 254 counties, including the chairman of the Texas GOP, Abraham George. Wallace said the letter has been delivered to Governor Greg Abbott's office, and copies were sent to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Attorney General Ken Paxton. Texas Comptroller Glenn Hager released his office's 2026-2027 biennial revenue estimate yesterday. In it, he tells lawmakers that there will be close to $24 billion of surplus money. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick quickly issued a statement saying he'll be focused on cutting property taxes and increasing teacher salaries, as well as some one-time expenditures. Economist Vance Ginn echoed that sentiment, noting that the constitutionally mandated rainy day fund will be exceeding its cap, all of which, Ginn said, should translate into lawmakers cutting taxes and getting the money back to Texans. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Ever wonder where the money from the Texas Lottery really goes? Spoiler alert. The lion's share isn't going to education. In fact, the lottery only funds about 2 or 3 days of public education every year. In Season 9 of Exposed, we break down how lawmakers sold the lottery to Texas voters, how the system was stacked against low-income players from day one. From rigged lottery jackpots to corporate scandals, the Texas Lottery's past is full of corruption, a trend that continues today. Tune in to Exposed, Gateway Drug, and uncover the truth about what's really happening behind the scenes.
Exposed, Season 9, available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Members of a Texas House Select Committee report that adversary-controlled entities have infiltrated our school districts. These lawmakers now want action during the 2025 legislative session. Committee members divided the threats posed by these foreign actors to Texas school districts into 3 categories, starting with foreign-owned tutoring services. Most notable are the Princeton Review and its affiliate Tutor.com, both owned by the Hong Kong-based Primavera Capital Group. Primavera is also invested in ByteDance, that's the parent company of TikTok. The second category that members identified is cultural and educational exchanges. In past years, these took the form of Confucius Institutes and Confucius Classrooms, but the Chinese Communist Party has begun rebranding those. In each case, though, these have been indoctrination programs promoting the CCP's version of history and cultural values. Lastly, the committee identified the risk of data exploitation. CCP-affiliated entities entities have been able to access and manage sensitive student data that could be harvested and used for non-educational purposes. You can find the details of this story and the others mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard and based on the original reporting of Brandon Waltons, Luca Cacciatore, and Robert Montoya. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.